Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am doing a purchase or pass video. This was a theme of video that was created by Samantha March a long time ago, and lots of creators now do these videos, but I will leave a link down below to Samantha's channel. She also has a playlist with lots of other creators and their purchase or pass videos. Now there is just so much new beauty coming out all the time, and I just feel at the moment there is so much coming out that has really caught my eye, and I have been succumbing to the temptation of all this beauty. I think in a way me filming this video is just going to make me feel a little bit better about myself, that there are also a lot of items that are being launched that I have been saying no to and not being tempted with, and I think I need that because there is a lot that I am really tempted with. So let's get into the items that I feel I will purchase and those that I will pass on. Now, one of the first items that I am dying to get my mitts on and has already been released and lots of people have done reviews on it is the Tarte new eyeshadow palette. Now I absolutely love this palette and it is a definite that I will get this. The only problem is that Tarte only ships within the US, and its only other place it's available is the US Sephora. So of course anyone outside of the United States cannot get their hands on this palette. Now Cult Beauty in the UK will be stocking this palette and they do ship internationally. However, I'm going on every day seeing if it is available, and it is not yet, so it's taking its sweet time to get there. I am checking every day, and as soon as it is available I will be having that tracked all the way to me here in New Zealand, and I cannot wait. Yes, it is colours that I already have in my collection. Yes, they are boring colours, but everyone is raving about it and they are colours right up my alley, and I know it is a palette that I will reach for on a regular basis. Speaking of colours that are maybe not my everyday reach for palettes, if you are interested in this eye look, I am filming another 3 looks 1 palette with the ABH Norvina Pro Pigment Volume 5. I have already done my initial review of the palette, and then I did a 3 looks 1 palette with it, but there's so many shades in that palette that I've done another 3 looks 1 palette video, which will be coming in the near future. Another palette that is coming out, and I love this brand, and I absolutely love the fact that she now does a midi size in her eyeshadow palettes, and that is Natasha Denona. Now the pictures of this are only available on Reddit. I have had a look at it and I think it's a little bit too pinky mauvey for me, and at this stage, until I actually see reviews and swatches of this palette when it is launched, I am going to say that I'm going to pass on this particular one, which is unusual because I bought all of the midi $65 palettes, but these look like colours that are just not what I would actually wear and enjoy. So this will be a pass for me at this stage. Someone who always tempts me with her palettes, and I really wish she didn't because they are so extremely expensive, and that is Pat McGrath. Now this is the new Mothership number 9 palette, and it is called the Utopian Artistry Dream palette. Now I'm going to hold again my decision whether or not to purchase this palette is it retails for $125, and in New Zealand that means it's around $220. Now I already have several of the Pat McGrath palettes. I've been lucky enough to pick a few of them up on sale. I'm going to wait for this because I've only just purchased the Divine Rose 2, and I would like to see how the shades stack up against the Divine Rose 2, and I also have the Divine Rose 1. Everyone is complaining that the shades in here are too similar to the other palettes. I can see a couple of differences, so I'm really going to wait till I see some reviews. And because I can purchase directly from Pat McGrath and have it shipped here to New Zealand, I'm going to have no issues getting my hands on it once I decide if I would like to purchase it or not. But at the moment, my judgment is reserved. Another eyeshadow palette. Now, if you haven't guessed already, eyeshadow palettes are my Achilles heel when it comes to makeup, and I am so very, very tempted with eyeshadow palettes. Charlotte Tilbury is bringing out another holiday palette, one of her 12 pan palettes. I have 4 of these already, and they are something I am always interested in. However, for the colour range within this palette, I think I already have something similar from her. In the past, when you got these 12 pan palettes from Charlotte, they were very similar tones in a palette, and see, these are all sort of peachy pinky shades, and the first one was very, very neutral, and I love this palette. I reach for this one a lot. But then she brought one out and it was called Starry Eyes to Hypnotize, and this was amazing because it has different shades. You've got your peachy shades, pinky shades, green, and some cool blue and black in here, and so you had more options in this palette. Now I think the new one that's coming out for the holiday season is along that vein. I love the idea that it's got a mix of different shades in there. I personally feel I'm covered with this one, so at this stage I am passing. But if you don't already own any Charlotte Tilbury shadows, these retail for $75. I think this, if you like neutral shades, this new one coming out looks really good and would be a great option to try them out. You would have heard everyone on YouTube raving about the quality of Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. I personally absolutely love them, and if there was one brand that I could only shop from, one brand from this time forward, it would be Charlotte Tilbury. And I think that if you haven't already tried her eyeshadows, this would be a great start. Just an aside, rather than this being new products, the Marc Jacobs line. I absolutely love Marc Jacobs beauty. I have several eyeshadows, love the Tantastic bronzer. The items that he has are becoming very, very short supply and are selling out everywhere. His contract with Kenzo is finishing, and so the brand is looking for another partnership to produce his line, and so everything that is available now is not it. That's it. I don't believe they are reproducing anymore. So if you are wanting any Marc Jacobs items that as you know them, as we know them now, I think it's a matter of hopping to the store or getting online and grabbing what you can now. And unsure as to when, how, and what is going to be the vision of Marc Jacobs in the future, but they are not going away. They're just going to be coming back with a new partnership and maybe a little bit different. I believe they are talking reformulation of products, etc. So it'll be interesting to see what is to come for Marc Jacobs Beauty, and I do hope they replicate some of their iconic items that they already have, like the bronzer, etc., because they really are hard to replace. My Tantastic, for me, is my favourite bronzer, so I do hope they do bring it back. Okay, now looking at the cream products are just everywhere at the moment. I'm a little bit wary of cream products because I have oily combo skin and I use powder products as it is and things still slide. So I'm not sure about cream products. I think I'll be more tempted to try them in the summer rather than the winter. But another cream product that is coming out are these multi-use creamy duos by Jouer. They are a multi-use creamy duo with plant-derived squalene and rosehip oil to moisturize and nourish the skin. It has a radiant bronzer on one side and a shimmering highlighter on the other. That for me is a perfect combination, bronzer and highlighter together. See, now it also has shea butter, vitamin E and jojoba seed oil. I think this might be a bit too emollient for my skin, and we don't have anywhere in my city in Christchurch to try this brand out, so I think I will reserve my opinion when I get feedback from other people when they purchase it. These are going to retail for $32 each. I love the idea that it's two products in one, but I'm really scared that it's going to be too oily for my skin type, so we will hold off on that. And I think the one I would go for would be Sunrise, which is a neutral tan and a shimmering champagne pink. That just sounds beautiful, but I'm not sure about the formulation. Nars are coming out with another blush palette idea. Now I love the Nars palettes. I have several of the blush palettes combined and the contour highlight palettes. I have always been a fan of purchasing those and have. These ones here, I think I've got enough blush to last me forever, and these are in 4. 4 for me are more tempting because I just think having less of the product than the normal 6. But I am going to pass on these myself. Yeah, so I will pass on these. I have enough blushes and I don't think I need them, but they are pretty. Dior have got a new collection, Birds of a Feather, for fall 2021. I think I will skip on these. They are a little bit too bright for me in colours, and I don't think they are going to be shades that I would gravitate to, so I'm going to pass on these, although I have been slowly getting 1 or 2 of the Christian Dior quints since their new reformulation, and I am loving them. But because they here in New Zealand for a quint they're $127, it's going to be a slowly adding to my collection, and these here look like an easy pass for me. Now, in saying that, the Dior highlighters, they've been out for a wee while for everyone in the US. They came to New Zealand and they went. So all stockists who had these Dior highlighters in stock do not have them in stock any longer. I was lucky enough that I went into the city yesterday and I had a look at the shades, and I'm actually pleased I missed out on what I was going to order, because I was going to order the 01 shade, which was champagne-y. Actually, from swatching them, I've decided I really love the 02 colour. So when they are available again, I am going to purchase one of these, because my most favourite highlighter of all time is the standard Dior highlighter. I have hit pan and I love this to bits, so I'm going to pick up the 02 shade, which is slightly different to this one that I have. It's more light, but I think it would just be perfect for my skin tone, so I will be picking one of these up. Now, the Wayne Goss new luxury palette, the luxury palette, I haven't bought any of these in the past. These retail for $55 and they are available from Beautylish. Now, I sort of feel I've been watching a few reviews, because this has only just become available, and spoiler alert, I have ordered it. The minute I got my notification email that it was available, I have ordered it, but it won't be here until next week because it's coming from the US, although Beautylish normally ship very, very quickly to New Zealand. I have already ordered this, but I am starting to feel the poor guy just can't do anything right. I do agree with one comment that's been made, that the eyeshadow pans are massive, and goodness, I don't get through my eyeshadows in the tiny little wee pans I get in a lot of other palettes. These are huge. They are more the size of blushes in my opinion. But I think the curation of these shades are absolutely stunning. As I said, I haven't bought the other two palettes. I definitely wouldn't be interested in the blue, I think it was called Topaz palette. That's just not up my alley. Maybe if I enjoy this pearl palette, I may be tempted to get the original one that he launched. Now, some of the feedback he got ripped for shreds basically when he launched the first palette, but when he said that he wanted to add a black to all of his palettes to give the depth, and I think his idea was that you could use the black as a liner, you could use the black to mix in with the other shades to create more smokiness, not just as a black but to add depth to the other shades. So he heard the feedback, he listened to the feedback, he put black in the first palette, in the Topaz palette, and he heard everybody and took the black out. So you have this more neutral palette. But now I'm listening to everybody complaining that it's very bland and dull and they would have liked a darker shade in there. So maybe they're saying that they wanted something not black but still deep. So I sort of feel sorry for him in that respect. I love the shades in this palette. It's very reminiscent of Charlotte Tilbury, and of course he's got one of his Celestial shades in here, which is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Celestial topper shades that she has. I am so looking forward to getting my mitts on this, and I also ordered along with it his mascara as well, because I have horrible lashes and he claims his mascara holds a curl, so we're going to try that out. So I have already ordered this and I am really looking forward to trying it, and I think this would be a great everyday neutral palette to use. So watch out for a video coming when I will do a tutorial with that coming soon. Hi guys, so I am editing at the moment, and something else I wanted to say about this palette is there's been quite a few complaints that it's very bridal in tones. Well, if anyone has watched his video on this palette, that is exactly what inspired him from doing weddings and doing the makeup on brides. That is what inspired him to create this palette. Now, Benefit are bringing out a Hoola Compact. Now, this is already available, this Hoola Quad, and it has all 4 of the Hoola shades in it. It's got Hoola Light, Hoola Hula Caramel and Hula Toasted. Now I really like Hula. I actually use it more as a contour rather than a bronzer. These are going to retail for $32. It has a mirror, and so I'm not sure how practical having all 4 shades of the bronzer in one palette will be for a single person. See, like the Hula Toasted I probably wouldn't use. I suppose you could use this as an eyeshadow palette as well. Where this would come in handy, I think, is if you did makeup for other people and you needed a shade range. So if you did makeup, this would be good. It would be something I would be pleased to have if I was doing other people's makeup, which I don't tend to do now that my daughter is not at home and they're not doing all of their balls and things. Something that has already come out is the new Anastasia cream range. Now I haven't got any of this yet. I went in to have a look in store in the city yesterday. There was nothing for me to try. They didn't have it in store, so I'd really like to test it out once again, that whole cream thing, and whether it's going to be too emollient or not. I do have the Chanel cream bronzer, and that is it's quite a dry formula, so that is a cream product I can use. I am just wary as to whether some of these new products coming out on the market just may be a little bit too emollient, and I need to try them before I purchase. Now, something that has really caught my eye, and this has just been released. If you go onto the Tarte website, and I'm not sure, I haven't double checked if it's on the Sephora website, but the Tarte Tartelette Juicy Palette. I have mine here. I have done a review on this. It has 20 beautiful shades in here. I love this palette. But online now, the Tarte Tartelette Juicy Palette does not look like this. This is not on their website anymore. They have condensed it down and made it part of their Tartelette range. It is now the same size as the original Tartelette palettes. This one here I've got is the Tartelette in Bloom, and you only have 12 shades in the new Tartelette Juicy palette, but they are shades that are in here, so it has lost 8 shades somewhere. I have not seen anywhere why that has happened. This palette was quite the hit when it came out, so not sure why it's changed, why they've dropped 8 shades, and I can see why they've made it to fit in with the family of the Tartelette palettes, but I just thought I'd mention that. So the shades that are in the new Tartelette Juicy palette online on Tarte's website are shades that were or are in this original larger one that was released. There's just 8 shades not there. Olaplex are bringing out a new product, and it is called the Olaplex 4-in-1 Moisture Mask, and I am very interested in this as I am using a mask in my hair once or twice a week, so this is a product that I will try out, as I already love the number 4 and number 5 and the oil number 7. I have also got number 3, and I use that. That's like a pre-conditioner before washing, and I do like that too. So I'm really looking forward to trying something else in their range, and this is something I will purchase. Now, One Size Beauty are bringing out some concealers, and although I haven't tried a lot in the One Size range, what I have tried I absolutely love, and I love the primer, Secure the Blur primer. I love the eyeliner I've got in Busty Brown, and I'm enjoying the loose powder. So I'm tempted to try the concealer as well and see how that goes. It's going to retail for $25 and there are going to be 24 shades, and it is a medium to full coverage concealer. So I am tempted to try this because it is a brand that we can now readily get available from Sephora New Zealand. So tempted to try that one out. Some of the items I'm talking about have already been released in the US, but because we're down here in New Zealand, there is a very much a time lag of products reaching our shores sometimes, and one of those products are the new Hourglass Cosmetics single eyeshadows. Now there's been a lot of debate over these, and I do have to say the cost of them, I think for the cost of what these single shadows are, I would prefer to buy Stuart single shadows because I absolutely love the Stuart formula. These, I understand the concept. Maybe they would have been cheaper if they were just a plain pan rather than the fancy schmancy pans with the H on them. I'm with a lot of other people thinking that they are quite expensive for what they are. I do like the eyeshadow palettes that they already have that are, you know, already out. I do like those, but I think these are going to be an easy pass for me, and it'd be interesting to see how they go as a product for the company, because I've probably heard more negatory reviews about them rather than positive. So maybe they were just trying to do something different because there is so much coming out all the time with makeup, but this is going to be an easy pass for me. Something that, oh my god, I would really love this product, but I am so scared of what it's going to cost, so I know it's going to be a no for me, because Hermes is super expensive. It's just come to New Zealand and we can get it in a department store in one of our central locations in New Zealand, but a lipstick is $115, and excuse my language, but I'll be buggered if I'm going to spend $115 on a lipstick. If I have purchased a very expensive lipstick, it has been on sale and I cannot justify $115 on a lipstick. So I'd hate to think how much this highlighter is going to cost. It looks divine, it looks beautiful, but I don't think it will make a home in my collection due to the price I'm assuming it's going to be. Okay, so I think that's enough goodies of what's coming in the near future, and I think I've done all right. I think there's a lot of no's in there for me, a few maybes, and a few that are, well, just definites. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you like this kind of video, I don't tend to do them because a lot of times we get stuff quite late here in New Zealand to know whether I would purchase or not. But if you would like to see a purchase or pass type of video on a more regular basis from my point of view, please let me know down in the comments below and I will do that. I'm actually got a couple of, I've got a whole array of videos coming in the next couple of weeks, and I've got so many things I want to share that over the next few weeks there's going to be 2 videos a week because there's just so much that I can't just pre-film and put them down the track. They need to be out there now. So there will be 2 videos a week coming up, and that's just because there's lots to report basically. So if you enjoyed that, guys, please give the video a thumbs up. Please let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see a similar video again, and I would be very happy to do that. If you haven't already, please subscribe if you want to. Would love to see you back. I do upload on a weekly basis, and I would love to see you here. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye.